Hi everyone, this is Sharon with Brothers at Play. I wanted to do this video really quick for a gentleman by the name of Danny and his son that were doing a desert diorama on a rattlesnake. So I just wanted to do a shout out to him and show him what we did for Matthew's desert diorama. We had to have the flora and fauna of the desert. So this right here is 2-inch foam. This is 2-inch foam board. It's 2 inches by 11 inches by 19 inches. So 2 inches thick, 11 inches wide, and 19 inches long. And so for this, since it was so thick, I cut with an X-Acto knife. I made an incision right here, like a line. I don't know if you can see it. So right here, I cut a line in the foam, and I just used some clear plastic. I think this was from like lettuce or something. And I slid it in from the bottom up so that it would be, so you could see some underground life. And I have some Lego ants here and up here as well. I have some Lego ants. I don't know if you can see them. I have some Lego ants, and the entryway is right there. And so there's the ants, and they are bringing in their kill. They found a scorpion, which actually is used to be. We found the scorpion, actually. We found it in the house. We used to find a lot of scorpions in the house. And so they're carrying it to their little setup there. And then over here, we made some Ocotillos. Again, flora fauna of the desert. So we have our ants, which are very crucial to our environment. And the Ocotillos I made out of, or rather Matthew and I made these out of the pipe cleaners. So all I did was spiral them around my finger and just stretch them out. And that's the green, and Matthew got the orange pipe cleaners and just twisted those on top. So that way they look like the Ocotillos. And I did get a picture of Matthew when we were at the desert zoo, my little baby. And here I have, it came apart. Here I have a butterfly that I cut out from the zoo magazine that we subscribe to. The butterflies, I put those in there because, again, we need insects. And this one is an opening. This is actually supposed to be there. Uh-oh, hold on. So this one, we made a king snake. Matthew made a king snake out of polymer clay. So here's his house. Right there, there's the king snake. We made that out of polymer clay. And again, it's the same thing. We just cut, and then I ended up using the hot glue gun to just glue it. So that way the kids, oh, I want to touch, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't touch anything. Okay, and then moving forward, the rocks we made out of polymer clay as well. And to get the textured look of the rock, I got a paper towel, and sorry, my nails are dirty. I got a paper towel, and I had put the paper towel around it, wrapped it around it, and kind of crunched it like this, and it gave it that textured look of a rock. And that's from the smushing it against the paper towel. And we did different colors, the marbled looking rocks. And then over here we have the scorpion that we got in a like little plastic kit over there at like Michael's, and it comes like in a kit of maybe 10 or 15 little animal figures. So we tucked him in there. We took a picture, Matthew took a picture of some of the cactuses. I think it's beaver tail over there at the Living Desert at our local desert zoo. And all we did was print it out. We cut it out, or actually I did. I cut it out with a razor or an X-Acto knife. And all I did was use, once again, use the hot glue gun. And I used the rocks to balance it. So that way it would stay put. That way it'd stay upright. Right here. And here we have a tortoise that Matthew and I had tag teamed and worked together on making out of polymer clay. And again, since this is 2-inch foam, I kind of carved out this right here and made a little cave for the little tortoise. And here this picture is a cutout from the Desert Zoo magazine. So again, we cut this out. So there was a little indentation there. And once again, there's a little cave for the little kit fox that's there. These are supposed to be like desert oasis palms. And these were, I got a Bic pen, took out the ink, and I put floral tape around it to get the thickness that I wanted. So I wanted it thicker on the bottom, at the base. So I put the floral tape all around the Bic pen, and then I got cutouts of felt of like triangle shaped, and I just layered them. So layer after layer after layer after layer, I layered the I guess the part of the trunk of the palm, so it gives it that look. And real quick, here is the floral wire right here. This is floral wire, and I ended up getting crepe paper, the paper you use like for birthday parties, the streamers, and I cut those into like teardrop looking leaves, folded those over the wire, and then I opened it up, and then I cut all this so that there would be the frond part. I'll just leave that off. And here is a mountain lion that I found actually at a AAA magazine. Cut that out, glued it on. This is actually made out of more foam, and I covered it, Matthew and I covered it with the Quikrete and just layered it on, just coated it on. And then Matthew painted it brown. This is actually an Ocotillo that we took a picture of at the Desert Zoo. And then this is the background. That was also done at the Desert Zoo, which kind of is nice because it kind of blends the background to the foreground. Over here we have the little roadrunner that caught a snake, because roadrunners do eat king snakes and rattlesnakes if they don't get bitten. And Matthew did take a picture of the bobcat at our local desert zoo. And he also did take a picture of the coyotes at our local desert zoo. And this one we made a cave as well, just to give it dimension. And this came in the kit with the roadrunner and the scorpion. And we took a picture of the pupfish, desert pupfish, and we made this little canal here that we carved out from the 2-inch foam base. So we carved that out. We painted it green. We were going to add like a clear resin, but we didn't have enough time for it to dry. So we went ahead and just left it green. And we added some rocks with the hot glue gun. We added some prefabricated like foliage that we added. And of course, you can't have a desert diorama without the Bighorn sheep. So we have one male and two males and one female. And again, Matthew took a picture of this at our desert zoo, and we cut it out and we glued it on. and we kind of transitioned it with some foliage and some more of those polymer clay rocks. And the background, the paint, we got like white cardboard, and we added a strip of dark blue, a strip of white, and a strip of light blue of paint, just like ketchup, blue, little smear of blue, white, and like a lighter blue. And then all Matthew did was get his paintbrush, pretend this is a paintbrush, and he just stroked the paint back and forth, long paint strokes, and just blended it all the way down to the base, and it gave it that nice little transition. And it actually blended really well with the pictures that Matthew took. And what else? And these were supposed to be the Palo Verde, and we did find a picture of a hummingbird. I think we actually took that. Matthew took that at the zoo. And this is the yellow pipe cleaners, and this is actually a wire bush. I made it out of the floral wire and just twisted that, and then just pressed it into the foam board. And here is more of the polymer clay rocks. And so what we did here for the Quikrete, here we also added it here to the flooring to give it that textured look. And thereafter, Matthew painted the soil, or the sand color, and then I mean, that's pretty much it. Took a while. I think once the background got done and was completed, the rest was just pretty much adding the Ocotillos, the animals, and I just threw that in just for fun. And it came out really well. I mean, majority of it is just actually the, I guess you'd say, flora of the desert, and a lot of these little characters or animals is just the tiny part of it. So, Danny and son, I hope this helps you. And here's a side view of what it looks like. Again, this is the foam covered in the Quikrete, and I made this so it could come off also, so I could recycle it. But let me see if I can get a better. And that's it. So I think if those of you who are in a rush, I would probably use maybe some kind of tan colored felt and just use that as sand, and that way it's like, okay, bam, sand, and then add maybe like real rocks from outside and glue those somewhere, and then add the little animals everywhere. And the palm trees, I would probably have somebody just draw some palm trees and just cut them out and just have them stand up with like a popsicle stick or something. And what else? And the animals, again, that came from a kit at Michael's, and those you can buy at Hobby Lobby as well. So that was it. I wish you luck, and thank you for watching. Bye.